Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another recap of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15. Today we have episode 8 being the lip sync Lollapalooza SmackDown situation. So many words, so many things. This episode was weird. Let's just get on into it. Okay, so for this video, we're just gonna go in and talk about all of the different lip syncs this episode and my opinions and who I think should have won, lost, and the general format of this. So the first lip sync was between Malaysia and Marsha to the song, I believe it was "Boys Don't Cry" by Anita. And this was a decent lip sync. This was definitely the most middle of the road lip sync, I would say, throughout the episode. Or actually no, yeah, and maybe, I don't know, but it's definitely one of the ones in the middle, probably like my 4th or 5th favorite out of the, how many do we have today? We had 8 today? Damn. I would say it's probably my 5th favorite. Jesus, I thought we had 7. God, this episode was weird. But I was very confused by Malaysia choosing Marsha for this, because you saw from the challenge show that Marsha can perform very well, she has the moves that she can do. So I really didn't understand Malaysia's reasoning here. Maybe she just didn't want to pick Spice, and she was I don't feel like picking, Spice, so I'm gonna pick Marsha, who I guess she might have thought was the next worse at the lip syncing, but Lucy was standing right there, so I really don't know what her reasoning was, personally. But, yeah, Marsha did a great job with this. Malaysia also did an alright job, but Marsha really just fucking knocked this out of the water with, was it technically like a backflip, back handspring? I think it was a back handspring that she did. Just being her most acrobatic self. I think she did great with this, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about this one. Alrighty, the second lip sync of the episode was between Lucy LaDuca and Spice to the song "Do You Want to Touch" by Joan Jett. This was definitely the worst one of the night, at least for me. Neither of them served the energy I was looking for with this song. I honestly, I thought Spice did better. I've been seeing that online, that opinion a good amount, that people think Spice did better in this. And I mean, I don't think either of them did particularly well in this. I'm sorry. But I do think Spice did better. Also, I don't think this was a good song, frankly, for a lip sync on Drag Race. I literally have stated I wanted more rock songs on Drag Race constantly. I've said it on this channel at least a couple of times before this. But I don't think this song was a good song for a Drag Race lip sync. For rock songs, we need I want to see Chop Suey by System of a Down. I want to see Chop Suey by System of a Down so bad. That if I could choose one song to be a lip sync song on Drag Race, that is the song I'm choosing, and there's literally no question about that in my mind. But I just don't think this song works particularly well with just Drag Race and with doing a lip sync like this. You could have done I Love Rock and Roll, that would have been better, but whatevs. But Lucy stays here, so let us move on to the next lip sync. Alrighty, the next lip sync is between Lux and Selena to "It's All Coming Back to Me Now" by Celine Dion, which is, I mean, iconic song, obviously, great song. I love any drag queen, every single drag queen actually should perform to "It's All Coming Back to Me Now" at least once, cause why not? It's such a good song to perform to, and in the moment while I was watching the episode, I was preferring Lux's performance, but looking back on it, I kind of prefer Selena's. I don't know. I do like that Lux went the traditional route with the song and just tried to give it all the emotion she could, but I do kind of wish she went more dramatic with it and looked more pained or angry. Whereas Selena had some comedy moments that she included in this, which I didn't. If you'd asked me if I'd wanted that to this song, I would have said no. But now that it happened, I'm kind of okay with it. This one was a toss-up for me. I think either of them really reasonably could have won this lip sync. Let us move on to the 4th lip sync. Alrighty, next up we had Jax versus Mistress Isabel Brooks to "Tell It to My Heart" by Taylor Dane. And this is my favorite song that was part of the whole lip sync tournament. And so I feel like Jax really did it justice. I do think Jax did better with this. I just didn't see enough from Mistress to really like Mistress gave a bit more face, but this is also a song I really think you need to move with. Like there are some songs where it's like you really should just like park and bark and just like stand there and give it. Like A Natural Woman, for example. Like you should not be dancing around A Natural Woman. But this is a song that while it's emotional, I feel like you should also be like dancing around too. And I think Jax really served that for me personally. So I would have given this to Jax. Um, but I do kind of understand why Mistress got it based off of that reasoning. Like, if you think for the song that it should be like stand there and sing, and maybe she did a split at the end. I can understand that, but I personally prefer Jax's. And go love Taylor Dane. Tell It to My Heart is such a fucking good song. Alrighty, next up we had Anitra and Sasha Colby lip syncing to "I'm in Love with a Monster," which was the best lip sync of the season so far. Like, obviously, it was great. They both did a stellar job. I probably would have saved both of them and then just done 4 people for the next round and not had to do like the save a queen twist. I feel like that would have made more sense to me because, like, I mean, both of their individual performances in this I feel were better than literally every other song like performance in any of the songs prior to it. So why not save both of them just like right off the bat here, but yeah, they both did great in this. I feel like that's plain. I feel like that's very plain to see. And I feel like either of them could have won this. I would have been totally good with it. Also, I did not realize I'd heard this song before. I did not realize that Jasmine Kennedy used it for her talent show on season 14 until somebody mentioned it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, damn, you're right. I have heard this song before. And honestly, good song. I mean, I don't have anything to say about this besides that they both did an amazing job with this, and I wouldn't be upset if anybody but Sasha and Anitra won, but they're my top 2 that I'm rooting for. Obviously, I feel like I've kind of made that clear since like the very beginning of the season. Well, except for Aura, I was rooting for Aura right when the season started, but Aura's now sashayed away. So yeah, please give an Anitra and Sasha final 2 for us for the season, please. I would like that a lot. Alrighty, starting round 2, we had Malaysia Baby Doll Fox versus Spice to Don't Go Yet by Camila Cabello, which is actually a song that I knew before this because of Just Dance. I don't own the Just Dance with it, but I do watch a lot of Just Dance content on YouTube, so like I knew the song existed, and I kind of like it, but like the clip of Spice being like, I'm choosing this song because Malaysia doesn't know the words, and she's like, oh wait, I don't know the words. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, it really just it was a bit of a mess, but I do think Malaysia did better with this. I feel like Spice has a bit of an issue with performing sometimes where she kind of just like faces down a little bit when she shouldn't be, and it's almost like she's more performing to herself than she is to like an audience. You know what I mean? And I kind of felt that with this lip sync, where it's girl, look at the audience, like I don't know. My brain just immediately thought of that fine clip of like, well, let's ask the audience. But like, I feel like I just want to say, so it's like, well, let's look at the audience. But I mean, I mean, they both did okay in this. But I do think Malaysia did a better job here. And which also this kind of confused me why Malaysia didn't choose Spice the first time when she had the first pick, but she chose it this time. I don't know. It's weird. Whatever. Let's move on. Alrighty. Now we had our 3-way lip sync. We love a good 3-way. From Anitra Jackson Lux to The Right Stuff by Vanessa Williams, which amazing fucking song. So good. And this was a fucking battle. I mean, literally any of them, they could have saved any of them and I would have been like, yeah, perfect. Like, work. Honestly, while watching it, I thought Lux was gonna win. That even like before we get the thing from I believe it's Marsha who says like, oh, this is so in like Lux's like era. But even before that, I was like, I think Lux is winning this. And she she fucking killed it. She did a great job, and so did Jackson and Anitra. Anitra was like right behind for me. I don't know why I loved Lex's performance so much, but I just did. But I mean, this is a great song, and I love this lip sync. They all did amazing. Let's move on. Alrighty, last but not least, we have Anitra versus Jax, two of the three, I would say, best lip syncers of the season here in the bottom of this lip sync tournament. So let's talk about that, actually. Okay, I understand doing the, like, save a contestant twist, because you don't want to end with 3 people doing a final lip sync. Yeah, that just doesn't make sense. Like, you want to end with 2 for, like, the drama of it all. But, like, they could have just, like, saved 2 people in one of the lip syncs. Like, any of them, whatever one they thought the 2 people did best at. Obviously, it would be Sasha and Anitra, most likely, for the first lip sync that they did. Or they just could have saved 2 people in the 3-way lip sync right before this. But, yeah, also, Anitra choosing to save Spice is kind of weird to me. Like, I'm not going to say that she absolutely did not, I'm not going to say that absolutely wasn't her, like, personal decision of what she wanted to do. It very well could be. But it kind of, I don't know, the whole episode almost feels like a plot to get rid of Jax, which is weird, because there's really technically no proof. Besides, I mean, you can see some potential riggery for, like, choosing to save Mistress over Jax in the first round. And I really don't think the second round there was any riggery for against Jax. I think anybody could have won that lip sync between Lex, Jackson, and Nitra, reasonably. So I'm not going to say anything for that one. But it kind of felt like the producers were like, okay, we really don't want Jax anymore, so let's just do every single decision we physically can in order to make Jax leave. And I don't know. I mean, interesting that Anitra was chosen in order to do it, because she's probably the only one, well, obviously between her, Spice, and Jax. If Jax won, Jax probably chose to save Anitra and would have eliminated Spice. If Spice got to choose to save, it wouldn't have mattered. She would have gone home against either of them. But it ends up being Anitra, the person who is not the Spice, who is a person who would most likely be eliminated in a bottom 2 here, and is not Jax, the person who the producers seem to want to eliminate. So it's like, it smells of something not savory, to me at least, where it kind of feels like they were just trying to make every single decision that they physically thought they could make in order to send Jax home. And I don't think it's really, I mean, I personally don't think it's really bad for, if somebody's been in the bottom many, many times, to say, you did a great job this time, but you've been in the bottom too many times, so we're saving the other person. I don't think that's a bad thing, and I think that's pretty fair. You know what I mean? Like, I think if 2 people do generally similar in a lip sync, but one of them this is their 4th, 5th time in the bottom 2, and the other person is the 1st or 2nd, then I don't think it's unfair to say, I'm sorry, you've been in the bottom the majority of the episodes, you should, or not, well, Jax hasn't been in the bottom majority of the episodes, but you know what I mean. Like, you should go home. Sorry. Like, I don't think that's unfair, frankly, because if you the rules of Drag Race get changed, and, like, criteria gets, warped and, shifted for people's favor literally all the time. So I don't understand why they just, wait until they think they can reasonably say that and then eliminate Jax. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. I don't know why why this is the 2nd season in a row where we've had this, like, storyline of, like, oh, the lip sync assassin of the season is going home on, like, a lip syncing tournament. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. And also, I feel like if they wanted to do this, I was going to mention this earlier, I forgot when I was saying it. If they did want to have, like, a 3-way situation where they had to, like, make up a little twist or whatever, why don't you just do this at the final 8 in order to make it, like, an actual, like, comprehensive tournament where you can go down to 4, then down to 2, and then eliminate. I mean, I know most of you do not watch this, but in my show that I also make, Drag This Game Show, which you can, watch the first episode of my second All-Star season, that was uploaded yesterday. Yeah, this is going to be uploaded on Wednesday. Little self-plug in the middle of this video. You could just, I have a challenge that I do at the Final 8 all the time, that's a tournament. Which, it's a perfect time for a tournament, so why not just do it at 8 instead of doing it at 10 and having this weird situation? It doesn't really make that much sense to me. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about all this. Honestly, maybe they moved it up so they could eliminate Jax. That's kind of what I'm thinking a little bit, but I don't want to get too conspiracy theory-y about it, because frankly, we don't know anything. So let us talk about our eliminated queen, Jax. Jax is kind of an icon. I think she did a great job this season, especially with the lip syncs, did a great job with it. I do think she's been the most rigged against in terms of placements on this season, which I don't understand, because I feel like she's been bringing pretty good TV, but regardless, I think Jax is a superstar, and I think we're going to get to see, I have a feeling we're going to get to see Jax on, like, All-Stars, like, 9 or 10, and she's going to fucking just come in and kill it. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Jax is gonna be like kind of like the Aja, where somebody who kind of was like in the lower to like middle part of the season of their first season, they were eliminated at like the lower to middle like section of it, comes back and kind of just like slays their All-Star season a bit. I have a feeling Jax would slay an All-Stars easy peasy. And I frankly hope to see it. So, let us move on to predictions for the next episode. My predictions that I did last time for the lip sync tournament were really bad. Sasha, Nitra, and Jax probably had the 3 best like overall performances in terms of their actual lip syncs like in the tournament. But Anitra and Jax were the bottom 2, so didn't do particularly great, but, this is a weird formatted episode where I really don't care that I didn't do a good job. So next episode, we're going to have a ball challenge. And so the 3 contestants I think are going to do pretty well in that are SASHA Colby, Lux Noir London, and Mistress Isabel Brooks. I feel like these 3 consistently throughout the season have had very solid fashions, just looking at their runways and stuff, and would probably be like, I was really trying to think of, since it's a ball challenge, which of the 3 would I kind of rank as my 3 favorites in terms of like overall what their looks have been this season, and these were the 3 I came up with that are remaining. So I hope these 3 do well. We'll see if they do. Let us move on to my predicted top 4. So this episode I did actually switch out Lucy for Mistress, and that's because I feel like Lucy's edit recently in the season has kind of morphed from, like funny, kind of seasoned queen, who, kind of starts off on a bad foot, but really kind of gets it, to like a queen who we've been slowly seeing less of her in comparison to the very early episodes, and also her edit is becoming more of like the stereotypical like delusional edit on Drag Race for some reason. So I don't think that really bodes particularly well for her in terms of like making it to the top 4. While like I feel like in this past episode we saw some pretty obvious, at least to me, in my opinion, like favor for Mistress in terms of, being chosen in the lip sync over Jax. And I think we have not lost out on the train of Mistress content that started a few episodes back yet. So while it's still going, I think it makes more sense to have a Mistress here on the top than it is to have Lucy. I decided to keep SASHA, Lux, and Anitra here just because I really do think they're going to be in the top 4, regardless of their edit, regardless of like their screen time, regardless of their placements. I just feel it in my bones that they're going to be in the top 4. So that is going to be it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you wish. Follow me on Twitter if you would like as well. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, take care. Bye-bye.